Hello, this is my ELL lesson plan, and I'm going to share my screen now. So today we are talking about adding and subtraction and math equals fun. So first I want to point out our standard. Our standard is to understand the meaning of an equal sign. So examples of that are 6 equals 6, 5 plus 2 equals 7, and 4 plus 3 equals 7. And the learning targets slash goals are that students will know how to add and identify addition equations. Students will know how to subtract and identify subtraction equations. And students will know the meaning of an equal sign when they are in a problem. The vocabulary that we're going to specifically talk about today is addition, subtraction, sum, and the equal sign. So addition is taking two numbers or more and adding them together. That is the total, the sum of two or more numbers. So for example, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 5 equals 9, 6 plus 6 equals 12, 3 plus 7 equals 10, and 9 plus 2 equals 7. I want to point out that the equal sign does not have to be on the left side of the equation. It can sometimes be on the right side. So we kind of want to get students familiar with that and seeing the problem written in different ways so that they are exposed to that. Um, so now let's practice for ourselves. I'm going to give you like 2 to 1 minutes to practice on these three problems, and we're going to come back and discuss what we found. So now we're just going to discuss what we found on the practice problems. So you all found out that 5 plus 0 equals 5. Good job. You also found out that 2 plus 10 equals 12. Good job on that. And also notice that 6 plus 2 equals 8. Great job on that. Um, so we're also gonna get ourselves familiar with the real world example. So let's say your friend Jose had 2 apples and Lilia gave him 4 more. How many apples does Jose have altogether? So basically, what we will do to find out the answer to this problem is use what? Addition, right? Great answer. Addition is the problem that we will use for this problem to figure it out. So we will do 2 plus 4, and that will equal 6 apples altogether. So the next vocabulary word that we're going to discuss today and idea that we're going to talk about is subtraction. Subtraction is the act or the process of taking one number away from another number. And we're going to go over the examples of subtraction and see how that works. So 2 minus 2 equals 0. So that means you will take the 2 away from the 2, and now you have 0. Um, and then 5 minus 4, you will do like 5, and then you'll count down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you only have one left. So you will keep doing that strategy all the way up until you get to 14 minus 7. So with 14 minus 7, since that is a bigger number than the rest of the numbers, we are going to talk about a little bit about our strategy. So the strategy that we're going to use is counting blocks. And use counting blocks to count the number of items that you have in a group. So for instance, if I had a batch of 14 apples and I decided to give away 7 of my apples to one of my friends, I would only have 7 left because I took away 7 from the problem, from 14. So therefore, I will only have 7 left. So once we think about it like real world situations, it's kind of easier to understand the problem. But we also have strategies that will help us count if we get lost. And I will show you that in a minute. I want y'all to take a look at 2 minus 5 and tell me why the answer is incorrect or why I have it highlighted in red. All right, I'm just gonna tell you why the answer is not correct. In subtraction, unlike addition, we want to make sure that we pay attention to the order of operation. So that means, or the order of the number. So that means that we have to place the biggest number in front. So that way we won't have a negative number. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So if I have 2 apples, say, I wouldn't be able to take away 5 apples from this 2. So therefore I have to start with 5 and take away 2 of the apples from that 5. That way I could get 3. So I have to start with 5, take away 2, and then I'll get my answer, which is 3. But if I start with 2 and try to take away 5, it doesn't work. So we want to keep in mind that we have to put the biggest number in front. That is important. Otherwise, you'll get your answer wrong, and you don't want to do that. But we are going to practice on subtraction problems. So I'm going to give you like 1 minute to kind of practice on those problems and talk it out with your partner to see if they got the same answer that you got. All right, we're going to come back as a whole group and discuss what we found. So we see that we have 5, we're going to say pizzas this time. And we subtracted 0. So I don't have to take away any from the 5 that I have, which will make the answer 5. And if you got that, great job. So we're going to start off with 10. And it says we're going to take away 2 of our pizzas. So therefore, we're going to do 1, 2. Now we have 8. So that will be your answer, 8. Now we have 6 minus 2. So we'll take away 1, 2. And now we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how we got our answer for that. A real world example or problem is your friend Nikki had 7 apples and gave 4 to her brother. How many apples does Nikki have left? So Nikki started off with 7 apples. She gave her brother 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now she has 1, 2, 3 apples left because she started off with 7 and then she gave her brother 2, which makes it 3 apples. So that is subtraction or refreshment on subtraction and how to subtract and add. Now we're going to take it a little deeper and use bigger numbers and manipulatives to find our answers. And we're also going to talk about the importance of the equal sign. So the equal sign indicates that 2 numbers or sets of numbers are equal. And the sum, which is the total amount of the equation. So sum means total amount, and equal indicates that 2 numbers are the same. 2 numbers or sets of numbers are the same. So let's practice. We're going to do, let's do 5 plus 9. So one way that we could show 5 plus 9 is by using counting blocks. So counting blocks are basically blocks like what's on the screen, the red block that's on the screen, and each block equals 1. So what we're going to do is place out, we're going to count out 6 blocks in total. And then we're going to count out 3 blocks plus another 3 blocks. Once we have those 2 sets of blocks, we will then count the total of blocks in each group to see if that equals each other. So what you will do is you will get 6 blue blocks, 3 red blocks, and another 3 red blocks. You will count each red block, you will count each blue block. And if those blue blocks are the same amount as the red blocks, then you know that your number equals to each other. But if they do not equal each other, then you will not say that they equal each other. For example, 6 does not equal 7. So if you count out 6 blue blocks and then you count out 7 red blocks, those blocks will not equal each other because 6 does not equal 7. Another example of what not to do would be is to count out 9 blue blocks and 2 red blocks and say that they equal each other. That does not work. Think about it like this. If you and your friend had a pizza party and you gave your friend 6 slices of pizza, but gave your other friend 2 slices of pizza, would one friend be upset? I think so, because if I saw that one of my friends got 6 pieces and I got 2, that will be unfair. Therefore, you want to make sure that both sides are equal. One example of this would be Jamie team scored 40 points and Alex team scored 40 points as well. Which team won the most points? That is kind of a trick question because actually the score is tied. If Jamie scored 40 and Alex team also scored 40, then that means that there is a tie. No one scored more than the other one because 40 equals 40. So now we will practice on our worksheets with these kind of problems as well. So you will get in groups of two, and while one partner is using the counting blocks to count out the problem, the other student will be recording the data into the worksheet. Each student will take turns writing on the worksheet as well as counting out of the blocks. Make sure that you answer all of the questions that are on the worksheet so that you can get full credit. And we are going to practice, and if you need any help, we're going to practice using the counting blocks. So if you need any help, I will come around and check on each group to make sure that everyone is following along and understanding what are we doing. And yes, so now we're going to break up into groups and work on our worksheet. Okay. And that was my presentation on my ELL lesson plan. I, with this presentation, because the benefits for the ESL students, students can use drawings to show their answer as well as the counting blocks as manipulatives to use to count. This will help ELL students just in case they're not familiar with the English numbers or the academic language. I will also ask for students to work in groups. Working in groups allows students to feel more comfortable with the intimate one-on-one setting, and it also allows students to see their peers thinking and how they think out how to work a problem so that they can also use that strategy to work out their problems. Thank you. And